I say that I've been brought up on the back of the ute with my father as an only child. So I was the boy of the of the family, and I love that. But once I grew up and left school, it was now you've got to go be a girl and get a girl job. How I got into the olives, I ended up on a farm, my mother's farm. My father died when I was about 22 and Mum carried on, and I sort of was hanging around for a bit of farming, but that wasn't the case, being female. And even though she was female, couldn't really get in and sort of share the farm or whatever. So I did find myself in a situation where I was living up on the farm, and I thought, what can I do that's small, acreage, and something I know? Set up a tree nursery for somebody back in the 80s, so I knew I could set up a nursery. So I set up at the olive tree nursery and put in all my trees in for cuttings and stuff, so that was only 2 acres, and shade cloths and igloos and all that sort of stuff. So I propagated thousands and thousands of trees and sold them all over Australia. So I started that in 1996, probably was started selling in 98. And of those trees that I grew to propagate the branches from, well, lo and behold, they were covered in olives and they were beautiful. So that's when I started doing that. So I jarred them up and did farmers markets and stuff like that. I always wanted to grow the table olives. When we first went to seminars and workshops and things right back in 96, everyone was talking about oil. Oil was the in thing, and everyone was getting very excited about it, and it sounded very romantic. Had 3 children in 87, 90, 93, 2 boys and a girl, and that was pretty hectic, but you just got to take every day as it comes. They come back more at harvest time and help me with picking and things like that, but I think they're probably pursuing other adventures. Well, I've got 6,000 trees. I planted mainly Kalamata because most people know the name, whereas there's lots of other varieties of olives that you can buy, but you just don't know the word Manzanello. Some people are starting to learn the word Manzanello, but Correggiola or Lucchino and things like that, they've just been sold to them as an olive. But I hope people in the future they will know these names. I also got onto a certain big fat green olive that's about the shape of a walnut. It's called Wallace, and I found it over in Leeton and Griffith, and I got some people to come and graft them for me, and I've kept them a big secret all this time for 20 years, and so I'm the only one with them, and people love them. And also, like, even when we're picking them and pickling them, they hold their quality quite well, so they don't have to be sorted as much as the other ones, which is very handy financially. I've been picking around about 25 tonnes every year for the last 3 years. I've always wanted to have tonnage, quality and quantity, so now I've got it. And I've always wanted sort of to be selling them in wholesale. I didn't want to do little jars and markets anymore. So I've been looking for distributors. I've got one distributor going to 5 states, that's just started the end of last year, so it's been going for 12 months. And I do Wagga, but you've got to do Wagga because that's where, they come from. And I've just going to be launching very soon with a bigger distributor in Australia and to the supermarkets, so that's going to be big. When I planted the trees, I thought, well, this will be good because the kids will be out of school and grown up by the time I really get serious. So probably last year, the year before, I really did think at some point, oh, what have I done? And then I said, well, you created this, darling, so you got to keep going. So, of course, this is what I wanted, And so I've created it, but sometimes you think, oh, whoa, this is big. So yeah, you've got to keep going, whatever you do, you've got to stay on track and remember why you started, I suppose. Table, always wanted to have beautiful table olives. My father was my role model, in every way. And I can't even talk about him without tearing up. And it's been 34 years. And yeah, my life would have been totally different. Sometimes I call myself an employment agency. When we're picking the olives, there's definitely, yeah. So I'm keeping people fed and watered, that's for sure. But that's, that's how it all works.
First day I ever met Margie was when I actually come onto the farm to see another friend of Margie's, yeah. And Margie drove down because she was a strange car, didn't know who I was, and introduced herself as the owner of the land. And I said, hi, I'm Michelle. I'm just here to see Karen. And that was the first time we met, yeah. Well, Margie and I become friends, and then she just said she needed a hand. I had an accident and I couldn't work my normal job, so I had to find other employment. And Margie said to me, come out and see if you can do what I need you to do at the farm. So I did.
In my farm, I do things holistically. I'm a member of Landcare. Landcare sort of was big, 20 years ago. Now it's faded away. There's only 2 Landcares around here. There's Wagga Landcare and Kiamba Valley Landcare, which is in Ladysmith, so I've got to go over there. Yeah, I try to keep things ecological. I plant trees, try and slow the flow. Wish there was a flow to slow at the moment, but it will come. I do agriculture as well. I have cattle and sheep, so I do find it challenging being a woman in the agricultural industry.
No 2 days are the same. There's always something different to do. I'm either sorting olives or getting orders ready, or getting sheep ready to be shorn, marking lambs, marking calves. I'm very proud of Margie actually. She's a really good boss. Her standards are really high, but I like that. And she's very fair as a boss. I don't know, she's just amazing. It's just the way she is. She'll talk to everyone, doesn't matter who they are. She'll walk into a room and light it up. She always has. And as a woman, yeah, I admire her. She's done a lot of things on her own. So, yeah, I'm proud to say she's my friend and she's my boss.
Wagga's got just about everything. It's getting better. It's catching up to the cities. Got restaurants outside and we're getting, also the entertainment's getting a lot better. They're coming to the Civic Theatre and we can go like the comedy festival, yay! And music and stuff like that. So it's much easier to live here and not have to travel to go things. You don't have to go to Sydney or Melbourne to go and see things that you want to see. Don't let anyone be negative about what you're doing. Don't, just always believe in yourself. I always say, always think of why you started. Always go with your gut feeling. And keep it pure and keep it truthful. Oh, I'm not so definition of success. I don't think that it's as big as maybe some people. I try to keep things a bit simple so that then you can not be disappointed. And I was listening to the radio and someone said, look, all you really need is shelter and food and love. And if you've got that, you've got everything, really, really. In that or around that, if you can get the things that you want to do or done, that's the extra.